Hello, dear viewers. Welcome back to my channel, Diane's Tarot. It's good to be back again. It's good to see all of you. I hope everyone is doing well. So I wanted to talk about something that people keep bringing up, and that is half of the psychic tarot astrology community is saying one thing about Trump and the election, and also like even just his energy and where he's going to be at, and the other half is saying something else. So my thought on that is that we might all be right. We're just looking at it in different ways. I know the astrologers are looking something to do with the North Node, and astrology is not really my thing. So they're taking that into account. I know with me personally, I read people's thoughts that they are having now. And I can tell you his thoughts are so caught up in fleeing and just leaving the White House that I find that energy to be overwhelming. He just wants out. But the other thing I wanted to bring up is there could be another factor that we're just not considering because it hasn't come into play now for quite some time. And that is the curse of Tippecanoe. And I don't think we should discount it. And I think it's a bit of, food for thought. So back in 1811, he wasn't president yet, but William Henry Harrison, led the army to fight the Shawnee. The government wanted their land. And the name of the Shawnee leader was Tecumsah. Sometimes this is called Tecumsah's curse. And, they were successful in taking away the Shawnee's land. And so Tecumsah placed a curse on the presidency. And so every president whose election year is divisible by 20 will die in office. And that's pretty much always been true. Starting with the very first one being William Harrison. So I did write it down because I can't remember all of this. But his election year was 1840. He died of typhoid. Lincoln, election year 1860, he was assassinated. Garfield, election year 1880, assassinated. McKinley, 1900, assassinated. Harding, 1920, heart attack. FDR, his election year 1940, brain hemorrhage, died in office. JFK, 1960, assassinated. Reagan, election year 1980, assassination attempt, almost died on the table. We have better medical technology. They were able to save him. George W. Bush, election year 2000, assassination attempt. We have better surveillance technology than, back in the 1800s, and they were able to, prevent that. So here we are, 2020. Is this curse doing something to the energy of this election? That's just making it kind of crazy and chaotic. Who knows? I don't know. I just think it's kind of, food for thought. And I know a lot of people are saying that, the video quality, it's a little blurry and whatnot. Right before the bug came and happened to all of us, my iPad died. So I'm using a different tablet right now. I do hope to get a new one, but priorities are a little shifted during a pandemic. But I wanted to take a look because I've gotten a lot of requests to do Mitch McConnell. If you don't know who he is, he's a senator, a longtime senator from Kentucky. Amy McGrath is running against him. She's an ex-Marine. She's a fighter pilot. She's a tough woman. She's a strong woman. So let's take a peek and see how Moscow Mitch is going to fare with the election. How is Moscow Mitch going to fare with the election? Okay. All right, so I think the whole world is watching. Okay, I think this is, and I think he also represents the end of one era, going into a new and better era. He's feeling like a victim. He's not feeling so good. I'm going to say he's not feeling great about this election. Consciously, he's thinking that he is just all alone. I think he's feeling a bit abandoned. I think those that back T-Rump are getting left out in left field because nobody wants to go down with that ship. Subconsciously, he's afraid of being judged, and he should be. So, in the past, King of Cups, I look at this card as sometimes having something to do with something judicial, something involving a mediator. The King of Cups is a very good mediator. I'm going to say something happened in the past that we don't know about, that is going to cause him to be judged in some way. Okay, which I guess makes sense with the Judgment card here. All right. April, May, June. Leaving on his own. Interesting. Interesting. Leaving on his own for smoother waters. Okay, this is my card, King of Swords. This is my card for Chief Justice Roberts. I do think in the end, when everything is said and done, Chief Justice Roberts is going to be doing the right thing. I think McConnell is very concerned about his family's money. I am getting that vibe, you know, but if you do dirty dealings, then you're taking a chance with your family's money. His hopes and fears. Here we have the Justice card, okay? He does not, he doesn't want to go to court. Outcome, balance and moderation, okay? This is the Temperance card. Balance, moderation, healing, harmony. I don't think that would happen if he won. So, you know, so when we have cards like leaving and then the country getting balance and harmony, he's all alone in this. He's feeling like a victim. The world is watching. It's going to court. Okay? Chief Justice Roberts. So I think that kind of answers that one. The other thing that I've been getting a hit on is Melania. Melania is, what I am hearing from my guides, is feeding information to the right people that will get T-Rump out of office, in jail. You know, he thinks that he has her trapped in this prenup that she can never get out of and she can never leave him. I think she found a way out. She found a way out. I mean, you don't have to be a psychic or a body language expert to realize that she does not particularly care for him. So, is Melania feeding information to get T-Rump put away? Okay. The card that represents her. You can look at this card as being victorious, triumphant, or like a new leader is coming in. Her obstacle, money. Okay. She wants money. That prenup isn't good for her. Consciously, she's thinking that she just wants to retreat. She wants to withdraw. She does not want this whole deal of being the first lady. Her subconscious thoughts are very conflicted. She could be having arguments with those around her. So I think, you know, this card is in the past. I think she's made the decision to go on this new adventure. Start a new beginning. One that does not include T-Rump. April, May, and June. coming up with a strategy, coming up with a plan of what to do next, on how to get out of all this, how to make this transition. Here we see the government. I think the government's going to be helping her. Those around her they see her in a bit of chaos. Okay, there's a lot of energy with this card. They see something going on around her. Her hopes and fears. She wants money, 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 money. Outcome. Her cup runneth over. She's going to be successful. And I do get, I mean, we all know that the White House has more leaks than God knows what. I mean, I don't think any of us have ever seen a White House leak quite like this. So I don't think she's the only one. But I do think, you know, where she is his wife, she's probably been privy to some private conversations and some other things. I have had a vision of another one. I don't know who this man is, but it is a man, like in his 40s or 50s, dark hair, and I see him turning on an iPhone and recording a conversation from T-Rump. Where T-Rump is making a confession of sorts, where he's saying, yeah, I did this, and that's not gonna bode well for T-Rump. So yeah, there's that. So anyways, I hope that everyone is doing well and doing okay, and since I've talked to you last, my own, dear aunt has passed from the coronavirus. She was in her 90s. They did chalk it up to pneumonia. I do suspect that we're going to be seeing a lot more deaths coming out of these nursing homes. I really do. I don't know if they're being totally honest with us about all that. If they're really reporting all of them, or if they're just saying, well, it's natural causes, they're elderly, or it's pneumonia. I don't know. And I just wanted to give you 2 heads up about something that I do believe you're going to be seeing on TV. One is, I do see T-Rump in those nightly press briefing rally things that he does, where he just spews bizarre things and he brings in the My Pillow guy, and yeah, I do foresee him doing something really crazy, saying something so bizarre that's going to just be shocking. He's absolutely becoming unhinged. He knows that he's in the death throes of his presidency. He knows that he's facing jail time. And I think his behavior is going to become more and more erratic. So just brace yourself for that. I know we're getting harder to shock, but I do think that it's going to be shocking. And 2, I think the other thing that we're going to see is, and I don't know what this is pertaining to, but I think we are going to see something on the news that is just going to shock us to the core. Something that T-Rump has done, something that he is responsible for. I get a real sinking, sick feeling when I think about it. So just a heads up, think of it this way. You came down at this particular time in history to witness these things, to see these things. So try to take a step back, be an observer, keep your calm, and just know that it's going to pass. All of this is going to pass. It's going to go. We're not going to be stuck in this energy forever. Okay. Someone did ask me about August. August has very strange energy to me. That's actually what got me into making these videos, was because I belong to an astrology group, a tarot reading group. There are some astrologers in it, but it's mainly a tarot readers group. And back in like November, December-ish, we were all doing our own tarot readings for the upcoming year. And we noticed that March and April just looked not so good. But then we noticed August looked really chaotic and negative. Not really sure what that's about. I do know that the Republican National Convention and the Democratic National Convention are going to be happening in August. I don't know if that has anything to do with this. I do think there's going to be some surprises. I don't feel Rump or Pence's energy is really being there. And once again, I don't know if it's just because they're going to be so irrelevant or what. But I also don't feel great about Biden. I feel a lot better about his VP, even though we don't even know who that is. I feel like she's going to be the one that matters, and she's the one that's going to count. Oh, and here comes Yeti. So yeah, really strange energy around August. And I will do more readings about that as we get closer. So anyway, now that Annie has said hi, oh, you purring? Can you hear a purr? I'm not sure if you can hear. Okay. And for those that you, for those of you that don't know, my sister passed away from breast cancer, and this is her kitty. And so, we just give her lots and lots and lots of love. Okay, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday, and I'll be back in a couple of days and do some more readings for you. Bye now.